Hello and welcome back to Saber Brick Studios. My name is Jeremy. I hope you guys are having a great day. This is the return of the Endor mock series to the YouTube channel. Me and my brother Joseph are going to be taking this mock to Brickworld Chicago 2023. And what taking this mock to a brick fair entitles is that we have to build it to the dimensions of the table. So we've decided to completely cut the entire half base plate that was running along this and make this a 3x5 base plate length mock in feet. It's definitely going to be a massive project. We're going to have to basically rework the entire terrain. We're going to be building an entire black border around the entire frame of the mock. We're going to be improving the landing pad design with more support and tiles. And in future updates, we're going to be working on the base and terrain section. So let's get into the building portion now. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed those time lapses. We worked on a lot of different things kind of scattered around. We worked on some of the back terrain section. We're getting the entire black border in place. Most of it is where it needs to be right now. We're also working on integrating the base into the actual landscape design right now. My brother Joseph's primarily working on this section. The base is going to be sloped and a little bit angled. We're going to be using some hinge plates and other kind of jumper plates and whatnot to kind of get this lined up pretty nicely with this. We don't want it to be blocky because we want it to be there. We also decided the placement of the first tree. This is like the center of the mock. We're going to obviously have the main battle here right now. That's going to be, you know, where the Endor troops ambush the Imperials. That's a scene we really want to recreate here. This sniper post is basically going to be the center of the mock. It's kind of broken up right now, but this will be a sniper nest that the Endor Imperial troops have kind of put a sniper on, so they have positions in the battle. And like I was saying, guys, with the border, we're basically going to kind of slope it down naturally. It's going to be 4 plates high here, then go down to 3, and then 2 at the level of the battlefield, and then raise back on the back. It's going to kind of make it have a circular kind of flow down where it looks really natural. We're also going to be using this kind of technique where we're kind of mixing some reddish brown and dark green, as well as some medium green color over here. Those are the 3 primary colors we're going to be using for the actual terrain portion. And the next section of the terrain I'm going to work on is this flat section. This is going to be a speeder bike entrance. This is going to be a door in which those speeders are going to be able to get out. And this is going to be a flat space here because a lot of the battle's here, so there's going to be no trees or any of that. So I'm going to really detail this terrain around this black border. It's going to look awesome. So I'm going to get to work on that and get into another time lapse. Alright, it has been quite a while, guys, since I last checked in with you, but a lot of work has transpired. The first part of this is that the terrain has received a major makeover. And right now, we're kind of building a pathway that is bleeding out of the main hangar section. We're going to be working on this hangar section in the future videos. Here's it opening up. And that eventually will host the speeders that are seen quite frequently on Endor. We're going to build a whole speeder rack and lead into the generator room and other interior space in the base. But the rest of the terrain is bleeded in with some medium green, dark green, and brown. And it's just to give it a nice aesthetic. This path will be leading up into the base. And of course, we see the crash speeder into that tree there. And I must say, having the trees on this mock kind of fully integrated into the actual build is really nice. Also, we're using a system called mills, which is allowing us to easily transport each of these sections and connect them like so. We hope to expand the terrain and continue this style into the entire mock. We're going to be using these 3 primary colors throughout it. We're going to be primarily working on this front section of the terrain in the coming episodes. And we're also going to work on integrating all those other trees in this spot. We do think they're going to stay relatively in that same area. and the main battle scene and all that's gonna have to work on. But we also have a lot of progress in the base. One thing we really wanted to emphasize in this mock is not building on the base plate. So what we did is angled this entire base to make this whole entire build feel a lot more natural and not blocked and squared off. And how we managed to do this is by using some tiles, jumpers, and kind of different plates, as well as some other Technic pieces to make this kind of foundation. And as we lift up the base, you're going to be able to see what foundation this sits on. So right now, the pink pieces and bricks are kind of placeholders for where this is all going to be, but you can see here that Joseph has created this really nice kind of triangle shape here to connect this entire build, which makes this entire thing really sturdy. This whole thing kind of comes apart from that. We are going to be able to put greebling and wall details on that once we get that done. You mentioned the pink is just there for right now for structural support, but that is what this whole system looks like underneath that. We're resting basically the entire base section like that, which is one sturdy chunk right on top of that, so when we're able to transport it, it's going to be great. And here's a look at that Technic pin system that we were talking about. That's allowing us to separate all these different sections and transport them easily and store them easily. So as we put back this top base here, you can definitely see how massive this entire front structure is going to be. There will be a railing in it, just like in the film, which is a really cool detail that we're loving to add. And also having this angle here has made this really unique. We're probably going to build a grass mound on the other side of that, but you can see the tree is kind of right next to that, which is really cool. So one thing we really wanted to emphasize in this mock was the border surrounding it, and we're going to have to work a lot on integrating the actual terrain of this into the base section. Obviously the 30-degree, 35-degree angle is really interesting to build on, so this is going to prove to be a pretty big challenge to build a base in this section, but we definitely want to have the generator room, a hangar, and some couple key scenes in the film, which is really awesome. We're also going to be working on other portions of the base as we go throughout the next few episodes into the summer. As we worked throughout this, guys, you probably noticed that the entire black border has been completed around the mock. It is all going to be covered like it is over there, where you can't really see it when you're looking at it from above angle, but when you're going down below, it's going to look a lot more clean and a lot more natural. We also decided to actually have these trees pretty much placed in these exact areas. There's a few base plates missing. I apologize for that. But we really thought the ATT needed to be a little bit further from the pad. We really wanted to emphasize the pad design. We're still working on the pad. The Duplo structure's in place right now. But we're really happy with how this AT-AT looks in that tree section. We absolutely love it. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Building Endor. Make sure you guys stay tuned for future episodes. Some will be coming out soon. Some others will be coming out in early summer. So make sure you guys stay subscribed and stay tuned for more of those videos. Check out some of my other videos like my stop motion animations and other mock project. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did. And as always, I will see you on the next one.